Alright, hi everybody, welcome to part 2. This is part 2 of the Pythagorean theorem. This is where we're going to find a leg. So let me just write part 2 over here. Okay, Pythagorean theorem, part 2, how to find the length of a leg. So, I'm going to write this down. I want you to see this part. The hypotenuse is always C. That's important. Hypotenuse is always C. When I'm doing this, I'm holding my iPad and then sort of writing underneath it. So my handwriting and everything is a little bit wonky, but I have not found a better way to do this. So bear with me and my shaky cam, you guys. I'll figure it out eventually. All right, so I'm going to use some numbers that will seem similar to you. Here's A, here's B, there's C, except this time we're going to solve for one of the legs. So I'm going to say that this is 10 inches, yards, meters, whatever, 10 units, and that this one is 8. And then this time, this is the guy that we don't know. I'm just showing you this basic skill. You're going to use this to solve much more complicated problems in the future. So I don't mean that to scare you. I mean it to be, if you learn this now, you'll have this wonderful handy tool to use in math. It's great. It comes up everywhere. And it's used in real life too for construction and architecture and just building really anything. It always comes up because you always have, you know, right angles and braces and all the rest of it. So anyway, here we go. So I've written my formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And I'll say again, I hope you guys watch those videos so the songs get stuck in your head. A is 8. B squared is the thing that we don't know, so I'm going to leave it in the formula. C squared is 10. These numbers look awfully familiar, missus. They do, don't they? 8 squared is 64. B squared is the unknown. 10 squared is 100. Okay. This is just an equation, you guys. You're still going to isolate and solve for B. Same sort of equation solving processes that we've been using all year and that you've been groaning about a little bit. We're going to subtract 64 from both sides. This is going to leave us with b squared. You can even draw a little line if you want to. Look, it's an equation the whole time. B squared is equal to 100 minus 64 is 36. And then, because we always have to do operations on both sides, the square root of a letter squared is always just the letter, right? The square root of anything squared is itself. And then the square root of 36 is 6. Yay! I can prove to you guys this part. Watch. 3 squared is equal to 9, right? And we know that the square root of 9 is equal to 3. Well, if I was feeling crazy, I could also write it this way. The square root of anything squared is itself. That's why this works. Okay? All right, let's do one more with some big juicy decimals and stuff, and then I can post this video. Make another little triangle down here, like that. All right, and I'm going to use some just crazy numbers. What are you doing, Miss Hayes? Here's a 21. Here's a 17. A. B will be the thing that we don't know again. And C, the hypotenuse is always C. I'll be saying that forever. Okay, and that's the worst triangle I have ever drawn. I apologize wholeheartedly. All right, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I have no idea what this is going to be. I really don't. 17 squared plus the thing that we don't know is equal to 21 squared. Not to the first power. What are you doing, Miss Hayes? There we go. 17 squared I know is 289 because I haven't memorized up to 20. But I don't know 21 squared. So let me pull up my handy dandy calculator. 21, second power, like that. It would help if it was on. There we go. 21, second power is equal to 441. I guess that makes sense because 20 times 20 is 4. So 20 times 20 is 400. So that makes sense. So I have an equation to solve and I want to get b by itself. What am I going to do? Looks like I'm going to subtract. Whenever you are finding a leg, you're going to subtract in this process. Whenever you're finding the hypotenuse, you're going to add. You look at that other video and it's addition. That's really the main difference. So here, let's see. What is 441 minus 289? 289. That's 152. Sweet. Okay. 152. Now, yay, we're done. Sorry about that. Yay, we're done. Woohoo! Nope, we're not done. Take square root both sides. And b. Now I need the square root of 152. So, where's it at? Second square root 152. Arrow out of there equals 12.3288. So I'm just going to call that 12.3. That'll work. So it's roughly 12.3. So this is 12.3, roughly. Okay. Don't forget to box your answer. Makes life easier. And then whatever the units are, right? Don't forget the units. I didn't put any units on here, but that's okay for these purposes. All right, so a little bit of a summary. Second problem type with the Pythagorean theorem, how to find the length of a leg. You got your handy dandy formula right here. I'm going to use a pointer. So my big fat finger. Here's some scissors. So I'm not actually at a desk. This is like my ironing board. And there's my iron. There's some sewing stuff. Okay, here we go. Pythagorean theorem. Substitute in the values. Solve this equation. Subtract both sides. Take the square root of both sides. And you will get your final value. Yeehaw. Down here is one where we got a big juicy decimal at the end. Formula. Substitution. I know that looks weird, but it's 17. There's a little extra pen mark in there. Multiply it out. Subtract both sides. Take the square root of both sides. And b is equal to 12.3. Okay. So now remember, you can watch this video as many times as you want. You can stop it and restart it and go back to the weird part. If I made some sort of a mistake somewhere, you can tell me. It says you forgot to do the thing and then the rest. I think it's okay, but you know, you just let me know. And then tomorrow we'll do some live sessions and we'll practice these problems together. So, see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.